Hey kids, we are back for another session of Calon Kids. And as you probably know, we are approaching Easter very soon. Have you put your order in for your Easter eggs yet? I have a big cream egg. That's my favourite. So I can't wait. But today we are going to do some Easter craft. But before we do, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about why Easter eggs and bunnies and all those sorts of things are associated with Easter. It's because, obviously, an egg and a bunny all kind of demonstrate new life. And that's what the resurrection of Jesus, or Easter, is all about. It's new life. Let me read you a verse from John chapter 10. If you've got a Bible, go and have a look at it yourself if you like. John chapter 10, verse 10 says, "I came so you can have real and eternal life, more and better life than you've ever dreamt of." Isn't that fantastic? And that's what Easter is all about. Because Jesus came, we can have a much better life than we could even dream of through him. So today we are going to do an Easter wreath. And it's all about the Easter eggs. So we are going to make one of these wreaths. So go get your pens, go and get your cardboard. All the instructions are online. So make sure you download your Easter eggs and then we're ready to go. I'll give you a second and see you back here in a minute. Hey kids, are you ready? Have you got everything you need? So basically we are going to make this wreath. Like I showed you earlier. And all the bits and pieces are already on calon.church/online. So I hope you've downloaded it, printed it off and got it all ready. So basically we are going to make the wreath. Now if you've got a paper plate, then what you need to do is cut out the middle of the paper plate so that you've got the wreath shape. Now most of you perhaps won't have that at home. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get it on a piece of card or a piece of paper. If you've got card, great. If you've only got paper, then why not get an old cereal box or ask Mummy and Daddy to look in the garage. You're bound to have cardboard somewhere because it just needs that little bit of rigidity. So get something that's quite sturdy. Then what I've done is I've got a small plate and a small bowl, which are ideal size for drawing your circles. So you put your plate down and then what you need to do is very carefully draw around it on your piece of card. All the way around, hold it tight so that it doesn't move and make a big circle. Now you might want to use a pencil so that you can rub it out. I'm using a pen just so that you can see it. So there's your outer circle. Then get your smaller plate or bowl or cup, whatever you want to do, and put that on your paper as well. So put the smaller plate or bowl in the middle. Make sure you've got kind of an even distance all the way around. And again, hold that down tight and then draw around that too. Be very careful, be very slow. And then when you take it off, that's what you should end up with. Then once you've done that, what you need to do then is cut it out. And then to cut the middle, what I would do is just bend it. Don't squish it though, so that you're making a mark. Bend it and just do a little cut. Because then when you open it, you've got a space to pop your scissors through the middle and then you can start cutting that. You might need Mummy and Daddy to help you with that little bit, but then you just cut your circle out. So then what you end up with is like a wheel, like a big O. So like I said, you can either use a paper plate or just make your own. It doesn't really matter. So once you've printed off your template, what you need to do then is to cut out the eggs. Now be very careful because obviously you want the egg shape. So again, you might want to ask Mummy or Daddy to help you with the cutting out. So once you've cut them all out, you then need to colour them all in. So pause your device now and do that, and then we'll come back in a little bit and I'll show you what to do with them. Be creative, use as many colours as you want. It's really up to you how you decorate your eggs. So why don't you use all bright colours, really cheerful, ready for the spring. So avoid things like browns and blacks and dark blues. Go for the really bright summer colours. So once you've coloured all your eggs in, this is now time to get your little band back because we're going to glue them down onto the wreath. So I'm just using Pritt Stick. This is strong enough because it's all paper, so this is fine. So literally all you need to do is put the glue on the band and then get your eggs and just stick them on. What we do on this side is we just overlap. See the overlap? Just overlap the bottom of the egg like that all the way around to the bottom. And then this side, the eggs go the opposite direction. So then again, put your glue on the ring all the way around, plenty on, and the eggs go the opposite direction. So lift the end, they go opposite. Lift at the end, and just make sure that you're covering all the white band. Don't worry if you've got a space on the top, because that's where the ribbon goes anyway. There you have your wreath. Now it might take a little while to dry, so just leave it dry off before you start putting the ribbons on, but that is it. So to make the ribbon, if you happen to have ribbon in the house, great. If you don't and Mammy has got old material, you can cut that up. Or failing that, we've actually put a ribbon on the craft sheet for you, so you can cut that out. If you're going to make a ribbon from either the ribbon or the material, what you need to do is have a strip of material. So what we do then with the strip of material or your ribbon, you fold it kind of in half so that those overlap, the ends overlap ever so slightly in the middle. And then what I do to secure it is I've got a little elastic band. Mine is pink or maybe a yellow one, whatever you decide to do. Put it into the middle. Double it over, and there you have your ribbons. If you don't have elastic band, you could always cut a little bit of extra material and tie that round, or use a piece of thread just to tie it round, but it just holds the little bow in place. Then what I've done to finish that bow off, as you can see here, is I've just cut 2 pieces of material and I've stuck those on underneath the bow to do that bow. Now, if you haven't got material or ribbons or anything like that, we've put the bow on the sheet of paper with the eggs. So I've just coloured that in there. Make sure it's as colourful as possible again. And then all you need to do is glue that down on your wreath in the middle where you have that little gap. And there's the ribbon in place. Here we have our wreaths, the one I made earlier and the one I've just made now. So this is all for Easter. Easter eggs, as I've said, a sign of new life, which is what Jesus brings at Easter for us. So I hope you enjoy making them. Please, 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 once you've done them, put them up on social media. Ask Mammy and Daddy to help you with that. Put it up on social media. And if you put in hashtag Calon Kids, we'll be able to pick them up then. And we would love to give you a shout out at next Saturday's craft session and show your pictures to everybody, so that they can see what you've been up to. So I hope you've enjoyed today. Please make sure that next Saturday, 3 o'clock, you join us. Next week, it is going to be Palm Sunday. So we are going to be doing craft around that story. So please come and see us next Saturday, 3 o'clock. Bye.